showing you how to remove and reinstall a front bumper on a 2016 on up ND Miata. We have our front bumper over here that's going to be going on this car. Alright, first thing we need to do is get the car up in the air. In this case, we'll be using a lift for demonstration purposes, but of course you can do this on jack stands, and we'll try to do it without removing the front wheels. We'll just turn them one side and turn them the other side so we can get clearance in here. All the simple tools needed for this project, some kind of driver, a ratchet or whatever, or in this case one of these DeWalt ones with an 8mm socket, a small flathead screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, and some needle nose pliers. That's all that's needed to remove the front bumper off of an ND. First thing we're going to do in here is remove all these little clips right here that go onto the bumper itself, and then we're going to peel back this section of the fender liner, which is hiding one of the bolts right over here in the corner that holds the corner of the bumper in place. You can see these come out relatively easy with the use of a flathead screwdriver. Now once we peel it back, we expose the bolt right there that we need. It can be taken out with a Phillips or with an 8mm socket. Once that screw is out, then the bumper unclips right there from the mounting bracket to the fender. Moving on to the underside of the car, we have a series of the same 8mm or Phillips head screws holding it in place, along with a couple more of these clips. So we're going to be going around the perimeter right here, taking off the ones that attach to the bumper itself. Moving on to the top portion of the car right here, we have two big Phillips screws and then a series of the same types of clips holding the front bumper in place, and this will loosen everything up. Now that everything is removed, the front bumper should be able to peel away from the car. Just carefully, of course. You want to make sure your paint doesn't get damaged. And then now the only thing we have holding it in place are the electrical connectors right here for the daytime running lights and for the little side marker lights right here. So I guess you could say the trickiest part of this bumper removal and installation is these little clips that hold the cables in place, because we definitely don't want to break the clips. We have to reuse them again. This one's a little hard to get to unless you have some angled needle nose. So what we're going to do is just unplug this from here, and we're just going to take out these 6 Phillips screws right here that hold the light in place. We're going to leave the light on the car and remove the bumper itself. Now, the 6th bolt is back here. It's a little bit more tricky to get to, but I have it right there. And then at this step, especially when you're on the second daytime running light, you want to have an assistant or somebody holding up the bumper, or some kind of blanket in place or something to make sure that the front of the bumper does not get scratched. And now we are completely free on this side. I'll just remove the other one and the bumper is off. Now we're going to carefully pull back on the bumper. Now that the bumper is off, we're free to do whatever we came here for. In our case, we're replacing the bumper, but in your case, you might be installing an oil cooler, some kind of intercooler, replacing the grill on your bumper, or whatever you need to. Here's a little closer look at that clip and why we decided not to remove it. You basically have to engage it from the back on this side and the other side with the front bumper installed right there. It makes it very difficult, and the chances of that clip breaking, so this is why we chose to remove the daytime running lights. Now with the bumper off of the car, it was a lot easier to unhook the little clips that hold the cables in place. So we took the daytime running lights off of the car, installed them on here. That way it'll be a lot easier and smoother install process. So to get the bumper back on, first thing we're going to do is reconnect the daytime running light and the side marker light. We're going to put the bulb holder back in place. Like that. And of course, we want to get those little clips into place. Snaps right in. And on this side, snaps right in there. Now we're ready to get the hardware for the top of the bumper back on. Of course, we want to be careful aligning everything so that we won't scratch or break any of these guys right here. We want to pop that into place. Now that those are in, everything up here lines up. So let's get the bottom hardware into place. Here, if you have one of these lips like this club one does, you'll have to put the under tray cover right in between right there. And the rest of it should just line right up. The only thing left is the little 8mm or Phillips head, whichever you chose to use, screw right over here that attaches it to the fender bracket. And all the clips that hold the fender liner in place. And there you have it. We successfully removed and installed our new bumper with basic hand tools. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. And if you have any other suggestions for more how-to videos on cars like these, the ND Miata or any other Miata or any other cars you specialize in, just please leave a comment in the section below. And thank you for watching.